Plaintiff Tony Worsham says he grew up in a religious household, and as a result, he had to keep his gay lifestyle a secret until he was 40 years old. Tony claims he hired the defendant to be the photographer at his 50th birthday party, but Tony was unhappy with the photos, so he's suing. Defendant Clinton McCoy was physically and sexually abused as a child, and as a result, he joined a gang and started selling drugs. Clinton claims 16 years ago, he left all of that behind and became an entrepreneur, and he's countersuing Tony today for unpaid wages.
Start with you.
So just so you know, I wanted to explain why this half a century birthday was so important to me. I've overcome a lot of obstacles in my life. As a young person, my family is in Atlanta. They're very religious, really strict. We could barely do anything, let alone come out as a black gay man. That was not gonna happen. It wasn't gonna happen. So that was a huge, big deal. So to sort of hide that lifestyle, I had to like go out secretly, different little clubs, date random people, just on the low, the whole DL lifestyle, if you want to look at it.
Till what age?
Oh, I came out at like 40 to my family.
That's when your family,
right?
You believe that's when your family first knew.
Right, and I'm glad you said that because most people were like, "Well, we were waiting on you." So,
correct.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Science says that it's biological for the most part, and therefore, if it's biological, your parents see your biology when you're growing up. They can tell. Yeah. All right, so I don't know, folks think they're surprising their parents and their loved ones. You're not really.
Nah, I got that a lot.
They say, oh, please, what you thought we thought. But anyhow, how did they respond then?
Positive.
All right, because they already knew.
A couple of random aunts and uncles that didn't want to accept me, and I was like, okay, you'll be all right. You know, I kind of moved on, but they can tell. All right, I don't know, folks think they're surprising their parents and their loved ones. You're not really. I got that a lot.
They say, oh, please, what you thought we thought.
Defendant Clinton McCoy was hired to be the photographer for the plaintiff's 50th birthday party, but the plaintiff was unhappy with his services, so he's suing.
So I'm glad that you came out, and I'm glad you had an intelligent family that embraced love despite what they feel, and they didn't discriminate against you like many people do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I learned early on, before I actually came out, that once you tell your mother or your father, whatever, then everybody else can just kick rocks.
There you go.
So that's kind of what really happened. When I told my mom, she was like, okay, well, I love you regardless. So that was really, really emotional and touching for me. I waited to say my dad for last because I didn't know how that reaction would be. And I knew I was gonna like ball out and lose it. But then he said, well, just like I tell your brothers and your sisters, whatever you be, just be great at it. And that's all. He's pretty silly like me, so yeah.
That's right.
That's what he said, so.
All right, and you want to give me some background?
Yes, sir. My name is Clinton M. McCoy. I met Tony about 2 years ago. He invited me to an empowerment conference. And they aligned with me based on what I had to go through. Sexual abuse, physical abuse as a child, which led to about the age of 15, I ended up having a break. And I got expelled from school in the 9th grade, homeless. I started using cocaine at 15. And over the next 15 years, I was in and out of the system, being incarcerated multiple times, just a self-destructive path, basically trying to prove to myself that I'm not weak and I'm not a victim. At about the age 30, 31, I'm going to say, God showed me a revelation of the potential that I had instead of thinking that I was going to be dead by 30, because my dream goals was to go out like a G.
But you were really punked out.
Really punked out.
You were punked out.
And I had to admit to myself, incarcerated my last time, sitting there, have to admit that, Clint, based on your potential, you're a loser.
Yeah.
I ended up walking away from the game. I don't know if they might know, the drug game. At that time, I had 6 figures. This was about 2007.
I talk about the game enough for them to know.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I walked away with 6 figures that I had. To 2.5 years later, I was negative broke, and I was pushing a push lawnmower out the back of my truck with 3 child supports that I was paying. But at the same time, I started investing in myself, invested in my personal development, started my nonprofit, Ex-Offenders of Excellence, to help ex-offenders, at-risk children and their family members be able to, what I say is break the chains of your past. It's more of a hard love thing, is if you want something, you have to go out there and make it.
Correct. You got to go past those obstacles and stop allowing others to stop you. There's always going to be some obstacles, and you're so tough. You out here on the corner.
Yeah.
You got a gun. Talking about you the man. Got your chest stuck out. But then you punk out when it comes to real society.
Yes.
You stay in the hood. You're scared to leave. So that's a psychology I'm glad you brought.
Yes.
Brought up. All right, and the refund you're suing him for what?
I hired Clinton to be my photographer at my 50th birthday party. And I was going to use his Airbnb, but some other things came about. We didn't use his Airbnb. But I was like, okay, well, he's grown as a photographer, I'm assuming, because I'm seeing all these postings on Instagram and all these photos. So I thought he had grown up into a better photographer or a great photographer. I asked him how much he was going to charge me to do my party, which was basically from 9 to 12. Clearly, I'm not going to be there at 9. I'm the star of the party. I mean, it's my birthday. I got there
$2 grand.
Yeah. Way $2 grand. Way $2 grand. I got there like 11, but it wasn't my fault.
Why do you want your money back? What
I
happened?
want money back because I had to go collecting videos and photos from friends and family that were there to put together I have a video of what he sent me.
Well, he was supposed to provide what?
Videos and photography, a 30-second.
Okay, take pictures there and take a video.
Right.
What did he fail to do?
They weren't good. They were just bad.
Okay.
I mean,
And
I could do that if I wanted to.
How long
party.
after seeing it did you tell him they were that bad?
Oh, immediately.
Okay.
I was texting them the night of.
All right, what was
sending
his
me pictures.
response?
He thought that he was doing a great job. Let him tell it. Can I give these to you
Yes.
to look at?
What is it?
Please.
The pictures?
Yeah. Because here's the thing, Judge. You can't turn people around. It's a party, and there's like people's backs of their heads. Nobody wishing me shout out, happy birthday shout outs. That's the back of some woman's head.
Yeah.
There's also a video where he missed the bottle service where, that's the biggest part of the party. I paid mad money for those bottles.
What is this, sir? What is this? What is this? Immediately you told him you were unsatisfied. This is the video?
Yeah, I'm like,
All
move
right,
over,
let's see
dude.
the
Come over
video.
here, get these shots. I mean, so look at her bottle.
This is stuff he said I missed.
Oh, you got that later tonight, because I
said I
never
missed
saw
this.
this. You didn't send me this.
You told me to delete it.
Random.
That's of the crowd.
That's it?
Okay.
I asked him how much he was going to charge me to do my party, which was basically from 9 to 12. Clearly, I'm not going to be there at 9. I'm the star of the party. I mean, it's my birthday. I got there.
$2 grand.
Yeah. Way $2 grand. Way $2 grand.
Defendant Clinton McCoy was hired to be the photographer for the plaintiff's 50th birthday party. But the plaintiff was unhappy with his services, so he's suing.
That's it though, really?
Apparently, he has a...
You stopped him?
I didn't stop that man from doing nothing. I was too drunk.
Stop you,
What are you
sir.
supposed-
He had, what's that?
Okay, so
I don't want it.
This is what my granddaddy used to tell me. There's 3 sides to every story.
Oh, Jesus.
His side, my side, and what actually
the lie.
happened. And the lie. I'm glad I got all this stuff on text. So, he asked me to come do his birthday party. I informed him ahead of time. I had an event prior to that with Stedman, 10-hour event. I had another event with a state representative the day after, but I would squeeze him in as a friend that I would do a favor for. He asked me, what
you
can I do
coming
for
here
the
big
free?
timing me now. Let's
Just
not
since
start
it was the
name
truth.
dropping, please.
Just since it was
Let's
the
not
truth.
do that. You don't want to do that with me.
Can we talk
Dry
about the quality?
boasting, that's what you call it. It's called dry boasting. You did everybody else's party, so when you talk to him about his, tell me what happened.
I was providing context, but so what happened is I get to his party, he asked me, can I do it? I said, I'll do it for you. I can do it from 9 to 12. I get there at about 8:40, I text him, where you're at. Tells me he's not gonna be there. I wait till about 11, that's when people start to actually showing up. As soon as he gets there, he's making demands. Hey, I need you to send me photos to my phone ASAP from the party. I'm like, whoa. I'm trying to video, I'm photoing, it's dark, and I told him, look, this is not going to be edited stuff that I'm sending straight from my camera. I also took 88 other photos, and see, he's never seen these. He never saw these.
Why?
He never gave me the opportunity. He
How
wanted
did he stop you from giving him the opportunity?
he wanted everything. This was Friday night. He asked me, where's the stuff? This was Sunday. I told him, give me 7 days. He sent me a text.
Was that part of an agreement of something?
Absolutely not. I have no idea what this man's talking about.
Okay, it was your understanding that you got 7 days to do it.
Per my shooting policy, I have 10.
Okay,
I told
do you
him
have
that
that policy
yes.
today?
I would have him. And I
Did
actually
you
sent.
receive a
Yeah,
policy?
I was gonna say it'd be nice if I had it. I never saw it.
Okay, here goes a link and the
Did
text
he receive
messages.
the policy?
Yes.
You said you have a text that shows that
Yes.
he knew of the policy.
Here you go, right here. He asked me for, let me try to get the first one. Let me see. Do you think, right here, this is the first one to go from there?
Where it talks about the policy,
Yes,
where he
where I
admits to
told him-
knowing the policy. All right. When do you think you'll be able to start sending me my stuff? I started last night. Yep, I got those. You sent the same pics a few times. Let me check my email. I got some different ones. When do you think I can get those deliverables? By Sunday. And how long after the event was Sunday? I don't know.
It would have been 6 days.
6 days. You told him you'd have it in 6 days.
Yes.
You say, huh? Today? He says, you are kidding, correct? Unless you want them unedited. No, I'm not. Just email me all the usable unedited video and still pics, sir. No worries. Definitely not next Sunday, bruh. That would be hilarious. He says to you to get him next Sunday, he says would be hilarious,
yes.
let alone agreeing to the policy. Show me something that indicates he knew of your 10-day policy. You said, here you go, Judge. These texts prove it. It doesn't even mention your policy. Do you have one that says 10-day policy and he acknowledges?
Let me get it out of here.
Yeah, the game didn't run out with you, Doc.
Oh, yeah.
I know the game backwards and forwards.
Yeah. Whatever he's looking for doesn't exist.
You have it,
Number one.
sir?
I have inside these full text messages I'm trying to go through where I spoke to him and I sent him this Google Drive link right here.
10 days, sir. Does it
That
mention
has the-
10-day policy? That's
Yes.
what we're talking about. It does, yet
hold
you're
on.
unable to produce it. You told me yes before and handed me papers that said nothing. That's perpetrating a fraud. Handing a judge documents saying it says one thing and it says no such thing. And for that, a person's case is always dismissed, as is yours. Put your hand down
Judge,
unless you're reading
listen,
10 days.
I don't-
Have a good day.
you,
Judge
Judge.
for the plaintiff.
Nice. If you had photos that were better than what you sent me that night, texting me, you should have sent them because at least I wouldn't be where we are today. I wouldn't have never texted you to give me $50 back of my money because you had better photos, but you sent crap. If someone asks you for their product, send the best thing that you have so that they're happy.
You never gave me the opportunity to deliver you the other photos.
I stopped you from emailing?
Yes.